Back up live. Sorry about the audio on the last transmission. Sorry, technical difficulties. Exactly the same ones I had this time last year, but in Charlottesville on my first stream there. So apologize for that. We're back outside the gate where Kessler and the Unite the Right folks, less than 30 of them, were just let in right here to the Lafayette Park. A group of about 40 or 50 anti-fascist protesters dressed in black blocs showed up and are grouping up and chanting in front of the entrance right now.
The whole first district, on God, you go. They about to come out here. I ain't charging anymore. They right there.
I'm right.
I'm really about to smack this shit out. Like, all jokes aside, don't ever do that. For real.
So the march is growing. They were waiting here. It was about 40 people at first, and it's grown to a few hundred now. I don't know if they're preparing to march to another entrance of the park because cops are not allowing anybody in this entrance right here behind us. Again, this is the entrance where Jason Kessler and about less than 30 of his Unite the Right attendees just entered about 20 minutes ago or more. And now the anti-fascist protesters are on the march. So again, on the last stream, sorry again about the audio issues, I was at Foggy Bottom Metro Station where Jason Kessler and less than 30 attendees of Unite the Right arrived on their train, which was also heavily loaded with lots of cops. They got off with an escort right into an escort of hundreds of cops that led them on a march to Lafayette Square, which you saw but didn't hear on the last stream, sorry. And then the Unite the Right attendees under police escort made it to this entrance you see here into the park over to the right, and then cops immediately shut it off and giving people conflicting reports of what entrance they could enter. Within a few minutes of that, about 30 to 40 anti-fascist protesters in black bloc attire arrived, and they held space for a while, and I realized now it was to wait for the people. Now this particular march and group has quadrupled, if not more. There's well over 100, if a couple hundred at this point.
Progress.org is the outlet.
Excellent, thank you.
Sir.
Hey guys, come with us. Come with us. You gotta get
for me.
Let me get this. Why y'all doing that? Why y'all doing that? Y'all got nothing to do with it. You with them? You walked up on her, so why your shit come? Why you look like that? Why y'all look like
Sorry.
Get the block together! Everybody in the street! Do it now! Get in the street!
They're ordering people into the street.
In the street! In the street!
They might be kettling people. They might be kettling people.
Get in the street!
In the street. He's got the baton out.
Lose a job, go fuck yourself!
Black Lives Matter! Red Lives Matter! Lose the job, go fuck yourself! Black Lives Matter! Red Lives Matter! Lose the job, go fuck yourself!
And stop wearing small plate carriers too.
Police actually, with force, forcing people off the sidewalk. Hello? No.
Off the sidewalk.
They forced us off the sidewalk and there's all these police cars in the middle of the road. What the fuck?
Get off the bench! Stop! Now! Off the sidewalk! Get off the sidewalk!
They're making us retarded. So all the civilians that were on the sidewalk over here and reporters forced into the march. So if anything happens here, you saw cops creating this situation. Just note documented live for you. No one allowed on the sidewalk, all forced into the street. Behind you. Park you see behind me. This is where Kessler and the Unite the Right attendees just entered less than 45 minutes ago. You saw I live streamed the march to here from Foggy Bottom Station. Sorry, I had technical difficulties. I believe there was no sound on the stream. I apologize. But Kessler and less than 30 of his attendees arrived at Foggy Bottom Station to a police escort. Hundreds of cops escorted them to this entrance of Lafayette Square here, and they were surrounded by journalists, people from the neighborhood, and anti-fascist and anti-racist protesters. Basically encircled that march the whole way to the park here. And as soon as Kessler and his band got in there, they shut out that entrance and told people nobody could enter or exit through that entrance anymore. And right after that, some anti-fascist protesters in black attire showed up. There's about 40 of them. They were waiting here for about 20 minutes, and then a lot more people arrived in their ranks, hundreds upon hundreds. In this group, some of them blocked up, not all of them. A very diverse crowd. And they marched for a little bit and then turned around and marched back to this entrance where Kessler marched in. And I just heard them say they're voting to hold this space right now. So through consensus, they voted to stay here and see what they're going to do next. So bear with us, folks, here. Thanks for joining me here in D.C. today, the year anniversary of Charlottesville, the day Heather Heyer was murdered by the same group that is here today. Jason Kessler organized that and inspired James Fields to plow into the crowd that I was with and killing Heather Heyer.
Stay together.
We are holding! We are holding! Fascists are holding! We are holding! Fascists that way! We are holding! Fascists that way! Black lives matter! Brown lives matter! Lose a job! That shit don't matter! Black lives matter! Brown lives matter! Lose a job! That shit don't matter! Black lives matter! Brown lives matter! Lose a job! That shit don't matter! Black lives matter! Brown lives matter! Lose a job! That shit don't matter! Brown
better photos and stuff.
They have to take that one-way street going down that way. And then just
I guess I'm down a track. I gotta pee.
Let me bring the stream down. Oh, they're permanent. All right, so recap from the day again so far here. I was at Foggy Bottom Metro Station about 2 o'clock. There was dozens of photographers, not many protesters there. That was where Kessler's train, the Unite the Right attendees, were supposed to arrive to a police escort. As it got closer to 3, a lot more people showed up, counter-protesters there waiting for him. So by the time Kessler and less than 30 of the Unite the Right attendees did arrive, they were far outnumbered, even just by journalists alone, but then with counter-protesters. Hundreds of cops escorted the march of less than 30 Unite the Right attendees to this entrance to Lafayette Square here. The whole time it was completely encircled by counter-protesters. And they made it in this entrance. Cops immediately closed it off, said nobody's coming in and out of this entrance right here. It's unclear right now if there's other entrances to get in there. I know there's thousands of counter-protesters already in the park. We're going to find that out here in a minute, so I'm going to bring the stream down. So you see right now we have hundreds of counter-protesters, many of them in black bloc that formed in front of the entrance where the Nazis just went in. And I believe they've decided to hold the space right now is what they're saying, possibly waiting for the Kessler and that group to be escorted back out this way. So I'm going to bring the stream down for now, get my gear back charged up, get ready to go for the next live stream when needed. I'm going to try to find a bathroom here, try to find possibly a way into the park, see if we can get some footage from in there. Otherwise, we'll be back out here shortly, live again at RebZ.tv, live on Facebook, Periscope, and YouTube today. Possibly Ustream still until they cancel the free channel, which should be shortly, since it got bought out by IBM. But so I'm taking the stream down for now. Thanks for joining me. Glad I got the technical issues all fixed up. And live from DC here, RebZ. I'll see you guys soon again when I need to go up. Thank you.